So, you know, time constantly going on, the clock is moving. She's swearing up and down that he's not gonna do her like that. He's not gonna do me like that, da-da-da-da-da. Now here it is, you know what I mean? Weeks prior to the program, he didn't even get back to us. So I took it upon myself to have the people that registered for the program call down to City Hall. Everybody's calling. So they get it. So now, you know, they get in touch with the mayor's assistant, Kevin Jones. Now all of a sudden, he calls my wife and tells her, have your husband call me. My wife works for the city, so he said, have your husband call me. I'm like, you know, where's this coming from? You know, months go by, nobody wanted to, you know what I'm saying? You can't get in touch with nobody. And I finally call him. First thing he says, the mayor's on vacation. So, well, Kevin, when will he be back? He should be back next Monday. Mind you, so that's basically 2 weeks. I'm talking to him on Monday, he said next Monday he'll be back. So he said, what's this about a breakfast program that you got, that everybody's calling about? I said, well, the mayor didn't tell you? He said, nah. He said, this is the first I'm hearing of it today, people calling about it. Mind you, when we went to talk to the mayor, he was there in the office. I'm quite sure that once he knows me, once we leave out of the office, he's gonna go in there and tell them, and ask the mayor, like, what were they in here for? I'm quite sure the mayor's gonna tell him. You know, me personally, I think, you know, after we left the office, he closed the door and just, yeah, right, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever. And, you know, it's easy to blow people off when nobody's coming behind them. Nobody's backing them, so it's easy to blow them off. Nobody would ever heard about the breakfast program anyway. So that's a program nobody ever heard about, that'll never happen. Easy to do that. So, you know, I even got into it with Kevin Jones because he's defending the mayor about something you just told me you know nothing about. Well, you know, it's certain things take certain time. You know, it's a certain way you go about things, and you got to be patient. I got to be patient. This is a week away. Parents just filled out registration forms. They don't have nowhere to take their kids, and this program would have been excellent for them. And it's a program he agreed to. Well, you know, you just can't, you know, you can't do things like this. A certain thing, the way certain things work. You know, it's been a way we have to do things for the last 30 years for blacks, and we never got anything. Every black we run into, they always say it's a certain way you got to go about things. So Kevin is trying to explain to me, you know, there's a certain way you go about things. And I told him the clock is ticking. You know what I mean? We got no response from the mayor, and you know, you're telling me it's a certain way you do things. And then he basically told me, you know, with your attitude, you'll never get nothing done in New Brunswick. You know, and nothing's ever been done anyway. So, you know what I mean? He said, you know, you're not gonna you got the wrong attitude, you go about things the wrong way, and you know, this, that, and the other. You know what? Call me back when the mayor gets in.
All right, so obviously the mayor out of town, he looked like he ducking you. You
Right.
ain't getting nowhere with Kev. So what old girl say?
No, I go back to the kid. Obviously, they must have contacted her. And she's basically saying, Mel, listen, forget about McKinley School. Forget about the breakfast program. Not forget about the breakfast program, but forget about the way we were gonna do it. You know, we had, you know, student doctors that were gonna come from Rutgers, teach the kids nutrition. You know, we had different people in the community that wanted to volunteer their work. Different teenagers that their parents were making them volunteer because they had nothing to do in the summer and they'd rather do that. And, you know, she's like, forget about all that. Let's just find a place, you know, we can go, you know, because Elijah's promise was going to donate all the food. We'll find a place, we already got the food, and just have the kids come there. And that'll be that. I said, no, it's not that, because I said, I'm not into giving charity. You know, I'll do that in the wintertime when I pass out hats and gloves. I said, but I'm into starting a program for the kids, for these kids. I'm into starting a program. And me finding a hall, just having them come there, after I done fill registration forms out with a location that they're supposed to go to, you know, me, all right, changing the program up, just going there and having the kids just pass out breakfast and then take off. They still can't go from the breakfast program to Play Safe. You still got to go to the Board of Education to even implement a program. You still got to go through certain steps and certain city guidelines to start a program. She's aware of that. Kevin Jones is aware of that, and so is the mayor of New Brunswick. So that's basically what she was for, you know. But I guess they got at her, and her whole thing was she didn't want to burn a bridge with the mayor or ruffle any feathers with her little connects in New Brunswick. So let's just forget that he just totally, blatantly disregarded us, and let's just do it on our own. That would have kept her in the middle. All right, I don't got Mel mad, and I don't got the mayor mad, and I can still play, no, you got to pick one side. Because you know what he did, and you know what my take is. So she decided to take the mayor's side. She, you know, I asked her, you know, the mayor contacted her afterwards. I don't know if he said, listen, stay away from him, or, you know, I'll give you a similar program on the side for yourself, whatever, but she don't answer any phone calls. Like, you know, I contacted her, like, what did he say, you know, or what was his response? And she don't want to hold him accountable for it, because then that would mess her up with Unity Square, that would mess her up with any type of function she go to when the mayor's present and he pick her to hop in the picture and snap a picture with her. And she didn't want to mess any of that up.